Hello and welcome to the Stro Show. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm the co-host, Amy.
So, it's been a little bit of time since the last time we did a Stro Show.
Yes, it has been.
But we've been kind of busy.
But we're back.
But we are back. So, we have a few things we want to talk about. Do you want to talk about some more modern topics first?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so we have been watching, let's start off with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Okay. So we went through, we tried to finish the first season right before the second season came out.
Yeah, we didn't watch it when it originally
aired. Yeah, because we had like the last episode or two.
Yeah, I think we missed the first episode. We were so excited but once we missed the first episode, it never got aired again. And so we refused to start in midway.
Yeah. And so what we did was, we DVR it, the first episode of season 2?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so we DVR it every week because we can't always watch it when it first comes out anyway, or airs, I should say, on TV.
Yeah, but we missed the first episode of season 1. That's why it's taken us a while to come
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the only reason why we started watching...
You need to get your head in the game.
Yeah, I didn't understand what we were talking about, sorry.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we found it on Amazon Prime, season 1. It was, it's free to watch when you have Amazon Prime. And that was one of those shows where it just kind of got better as time went on. Really.
Yes, and we were told by people.
Yeah, pretty much. A few people told us that as you watch, it does slowly get better.
It starts off slow, but give it time, and it really does.
Yeah.
First season, first few episodes in, you're like, okay, this is kind of okay.
Yeah, it keeps you on enough where you're like, maybe I'll watch the second episode, and then you happen to watch it anyway.
You go 3 episodes in, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic show.
Yeah. Now season 2 has started, and we're enjoying that so far.
Yeah.
It kind of has I feel like it almost has a similar effect as to how the first season went. It's starting off kind of like a lot of things have happened at this point, but
there's a lot more cast on season 2.
Yes.
I kind of miss the limited cast a little bit of the first season, but I'm giving it a chance. Some of the characters are interesting, some of the new characters, so we'll have to see where it goes. But so far, we are liking it a lot, and I'm excited. I really like Agent Coulson.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't not like him.
I know. He's become such a huge character.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we'll continue watching it, and maybe later on in the season we'll give our updates to how we still feel.
Yeah, so we are starting off, and we will check in with how it progresses.
Yes, right here in the Stro Show. So, let's go on to our next little topic of discussion. We're going from one comic book company to another. We're going to DC.
We are superhero crazy here.
Yeah.
At the Stronic household. We love the superheroes. And
so we're going to go with Gotham. Where basically, we're not seeing any superheroes yet in the show.
Well,
so what do you think about it?
Oh, that's a big question.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gotham, and a lot of people are iffy on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say my opinion on it. It's kind of in between because I'm kind of enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it as well.
But at the same time, it's like when I hear Gotham, I think of Batman, and I know that it shows Batman as a kid, Bruce Wayne. Of course, we got to meet what's his name?
Can you describe him?
The Penguin. We met the Penguin. We met the Riddler. Edward Nygma.
That's one thing. They're trying to get all the characters and put them all in the same world and the same backstory when they don't really have those backstories. And that's the kind of thing that you're kind of iffy on.
Yeah.
I would rather they have created a character for the show. Her name is Fish Mooney. She's kind of a striving crime boss, mafia boss.
Yeah.
So she kind of has a lot of power, but she's not the top dog. So she's kind of trying to become the top dog. And I really like that they created new characters. Because, you know, here is we're having a prequel situation. There's going to be different characters, villains, heroes when Batman's that age as opposed to when, you know, he grows up and becomes Batman.
Yes.
So I like that. I wish they would do more of creating new
villains.
characters and villains and heroes.
Honestly, when I first heard of Gotham, I thought that they were going to do something like that where it's going to be more some new villains kind of thing. Basically, I thought it was going to be a crime show based in Gotham,
Right.
where you would happen to see certain future villains. You know, you would randomly see the Penguin here and there, or the introduction of Catwoman. You know, the girl who plays her, as opposed to right in the first episode. How many characters did we meet?
It's like how many could you fit
3?
in? Yeah,
at least 3 in the first episode.
One.
Catwoman.
See, I can't distinguish between
Penguin and the Riddler. Right? That was the first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it was the first episode. Because Catwoman happened to, you know, she's a little girl now. She happens to witness the murder of Batman's parents.
Is that a spoiler?
Yes. Well, I feel like at this point, you know,
okay, it's a few episodes in.
And everyone knows that, you know, Bruce Wayne's parents die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get shot. It's the same kind of, you know,
still
scenario.
Happens.
Yeah, it's not like they're changing Batman history to in that way.
Gotham, Batman has a wonderful life, loving parents, lots of money, and it all goes wrong.
He turns into a spoiled brat because they never died.
And he's kind of a weenie. So, that's not the show, but it could have been.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I feel like I've gotten you more into Batman.
You have, and I've started I love all the Batman stuff now, and I have a Batman hoodie sweatshirt.
Yes.
I do, and I wear it, and the hood has little bat ears on it. And sometimes I wear it around, and people look at me funny, or I get lots of compliments from the nerdy boys.
Actually, that happened earlier today.
Yeah.
We happened to actually be buying a couple Batman movies, animated movies. And we were looking at...
They love my bat ears.
What was it? The Disney Infinity game? That's what it was. Because they
looking
had
at some games and stuff.
Yeah, and like the Wii U stuff. And while we were looking at it, we were asking a couple questions about that one game. And the guy happened to notice you were wearing a Batman hoodie and the Batman earrings. And all I can think is that he was jealous of me for having you.
Or jealous of me for having the Batman hoodie.
Either way, it could be true either way.
So it's kind of hard to get the picture, but it's raining out today. So, you know, we're going in stores and places, checking it out, and I have my Batman hoodie, bat ears, and then all you are is pulling me around like you're in my hand. So you see this adult person with these bat ears on being like pulled across streets. I must have looked so special.
No, you were cute.
Okay.
So,
shall we continue on the Marvel or DC superhero extravaganza?
Oh, yeah.
Because we love superheroes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You have an Iron Man lamp.
I do. You got that for me for Christmas.
Great choice.
Yeah, I like it. I just sit here. I talk with him sometimes.
Literally,
our Iron Man lamp.
Literally.
My favorite superheroes, and I know I talked about this on the Retro podcast with John, but like my favorite superheroes tend to be rich people who are also they decide to become superheroes because, you know, they have the ability to because they're rich. Iron Man, he's a rich, cocky, you know, weapons manufacturer basically, and he builds a suit to create world peace in a way.
Well, the thing about it is, it's like way easier to have a rich superhero than it is to have a poor superhero.
That is also true.
Because, where are they going to get all the cool stuff and, hide their identity? If they're like, living in the corner apartment in the city on the 9th floor that they share with 6 guys, it's harder to keep your identity a secret.
That's also true. Oh, or if, they live
They can't even buy a computer, let alone, weaponize a plane.
Yeah. But what? Think, Spider-Man, of course, he has superpowers. But, he was pretty much poor for a period of time. Living on his own in his crappy apartment.
But he had powers.
Yeah, but he had powers, so.
Yeah. If you don't really have powers, it's better to be rich.
Yes.
Just to be smart and poor. It's hard. It's a hard life.
It's hard.
It's tough.
Yeah. But I think it brings a good example of certain things. It shows that you can be a hero, even if and successful at the same time.
You can be a hero even if you don't have powers, as long as you still have money.
Yeah, but
the
you still had to be rich. Like
right.
If you think about it,
we're teaching life lessons here, people.
I think it kind of pushes that American dream kind of thing.
Also, could apply to the dating world.
I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Well, continuing with the Marvel theme, or I should say comic book theme, but now we're going into Marvel again anyway. We're playing Lego Marvel superheroes.
Oh my goodness, we are.
Yeah. Actually, we just beat the main storyline.
Yeah.
We've been playing it for a little while.
I'm really upset. Like, I saw Gambit in the game for like 5 seconds, and I can't play as him. I don't know if you can play as him. I just wanted to play as Gambit.
Well, he's your favorite character.
Yeah.
I got to play as Iron Man like right off the bat.
Yeah. And Gambit just ran across the screen and waved, and then he was done. So we're gonna keep trucking on.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep playing so we can open up.
What are you thinking about the gameplay? What are your
it's actually it's fun. Like when you're playing as any of the characters, they're actually playable. Like you can actually sit there and play as the characters without any issue at all. Sometimes there's an adjustment if you're used to certain powers and all that, but that's it. Like the basic gameplay is great. And the story's fun too,
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a very jokey. It's definitely family appropriate. I'll put it that way. I think it's a good way to put it.
There's some snarky things in it too. If you
Yeah.
were
I think
naughty,
that's why
snarky things in it too.
Yeah, but it's one of those ways where like a lot of the kid movies that come out
are really for the parents.
there are jokes that are thrown in there that only parents would get.
But we're not parents, but we
adults
play the
would
game.
get that would, yeah. And so
don't judge.
But yeah, there are a lot of fun jokes in there that are for the parents who play it with their kids.
Yeah, it's really, and it's not always you think of, family friendly games that they're easy. There's some kind of puzzles in there that, take you
trying to figure out
to figure stuff out. Yeah. So, it's definitely anyone can play it, and it definitely, there are some tough parts to it.
Oh yeah.
Puzzles and things.
Out of, all the fun things, I think there are only 2 things I would say I had an issue with.
2-player mode is right. Would that be one of it?
All right. Then 3 things. 3 things. Oh yeah. When you're in 2-player mode, it'll put you in split screen if you're like in the city and stuff, which is fine. I understand it, but I kind of wish it was.
It's visually very difficult sometimes.
Yeah, like certain aspects when you have the whole screen for the 2 people or 2 characters, and then if you get too far apart, it splits the screen up, and it gets really confusing, and it really throws off your controls a little bit.
Yeah, because you could have the controller that's on the left, like the left controller that's on the left side of the PlayStation 4 or whatever you're using.
Yeah.
And your character can be on the right side of the screen. So that's kind of, it doesn't match up. Where obviously if you're on the left using left controller, you're sitting on the left side of the room, and it'll split it up, and it'll be tough.
I understand why they did it the way they did to a certain degree, but because it lets you use a whole screen when you're close together, which is nice. But it's also just, it gets to be kind of annoying. And like, there's certain beams you can use with certain powers, or depending on the character you have. Like Iron Man has his beam that comes out of his chest. Well, if I'm trying to use that, and I'm trying to aim at something specific, if Amy's character goes to the other side of the screen, it goes in that split screen mode, and it actually moves where I'm trying to aim the beam at on me, even though I haven't moved anything on my control. And that's one thing I think that drives me insane. And sometimes it's caused one of us to kill the other one.
Yeah, someone needs to work on his hand-eye beam coordination.
Yeah, I could say about that about someone else too.
You never let me play Iron Man, so I don't think you could say
I've
that.
let you play as Thor.
I have a hammer. I wish they had done it. I used to love to play like the old Gauntlet games, and the 2-player mode was, or whatever multiplayer mode was really nice, where it would be zoomed in if you were together, and then kind of like the farther the 2 players would go apart, it would just zoom out more.
Yeah.
And I think I prefer that. But, that's one. And we had a couple glitches in the game as well.
Yeah, that was the second thing that I had an issue with. And it wouldn't happen all the time, but it happened. Well, it happened out of all the times we played, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
We had a weird glitch. There's one point there where we had the Human Torch, and he got stuck, in like inside a floor, and that drove us insane. Like we had to actually quit out of the level and go back in order to.
Couldn't even kill him. We tried to kill him.
Yeah, we tried killing him just to get him released, and that wouldn't work because being stuck in the floor, it thought that the floor was in the way of the character.
Yeah, that was... And then I had one glitch where my character is supposed to fall and plummet to their death, and they were just walking around in the sky forever.
Yeah, that was funny. That happened also. And the last thing I'd say that bugged me was the control of the cars. When you're driving a car, it tries to...
It's tough to control the vehicles when you drive the vehicles.
Yeah, when you're turning, it's almost like you turn too sharply. I wish it adapted itself instead of using controls as if you're a person, someone who's walking a little more slowly. It would control it more like a vehicle, like an actual racing game. And I know that sometimes with certain controls, it's hard for. I'm assuming I should say I don't really know. I'm not a real programmer. But
you're going to say I'm not a real person.
yeah, I'm not a real person. I'm sure it can be hard, when you switch between certain things, the controls, it might take more programming, but I think it's worth having.
Oh yeah,
programming.
We can pick out these little things, but it was an awesome story. Storyline is great.
Overall,
funny.
Yeah, the game was a lot of fun. We had a ton of fun playing that.
Really
game.
Fun, yeah. And we are going to keep playing it because I'm not going to rest till I can play as Gambit.
Yeah, there's over 100 characters you can play as.
Yeah, and we just finished the story. We have a lot more to unlock and stuff. And you get to save Stan Lee in it. Stan Lee is in every level. In peril.
You know what? No, one other, I think, little pet peeve we had was that in each level, there are things that you could not do unless you had a different character.
So, you can't necessarily do it on the first time you go through the story play.
You have to go through it.
And we kind of wish a little more old school where
it didn't matter what character you had as long as you could do it.
Yeah. Even if it was very difficult, there was a way.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that bugged us because we tried to get everything on each level. Like, we'd spend more time.
But we just have to do it a few times now. Okay, but that's okay. It was really good. The game's really good, though. Even though we talk about all the bad things about it.
It is a really fun game. So with talking.
Yeah, and you like to play as Iron Man.
Yes, I do. And Lego Iron Man looks like he has. I refer to it as a big baby head.
He really does. It's
if you look at
a baby
Lego Iron Man, search a picture of Lego Iron Man, and you're going to see that he looks like he has this big head. The head is too big for his body.
Big baby head.
And so we were playing it, and we're like, oh, I don't remember exactly what I did.
You said, look at my big baby head. And so now we've transitioned that into life. Like, I have, maybe. I've taken it away from the game.
Yeah, well, this is my wife being ridiculous.
So I'm like, you got big baby head. Just not playing the game, just outside of anything. I like to tell you have a big baby head. Not that you in real life have a big baby head, but since you play as Lego Iron Man.
She's like, by the way, you have a big baby head. It's funny though. I think it's us just being.
But if you actually look at like the little kid Iron Man costumes for Halloween this year, you will see he's got a big baby head there too.
Yeah. And of course, it just has to do with the helmet and mask
and little body.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's so entertaining.
Well, you know what? I'm a little disappointed. It must be in our family now.
What?
Because I bought a witch hat to wear for Halloween this year. And it didn't fit my head. So now I think I caught the big baby head syndrome.
No, your head is not too big.
I don't know. I have a...
All right. So this is what she's talking about. She bought this witch hat.
It's a cheap witch hat.
Yeah, it was like a $5 witch hat at like Walmart, I think, or something. And...
It does not sit
we
right
got
on
it.
my head.
We brought it home, and she finally put it on, and she goes, "My head's too big." She's like, "Honey, I have a big baby head. My head's too big for this hat."
It is. I don't know. Maybe it's my bangs. I have bangs that mess with it.
No, you know what?
I'm just saying that to make myself feel better.
You probably got the little kid version of the hat.
Maybe I'm like, and then I went online. I'm like, maybe I need big, giant, big head witch hats, and you can't find them. They all just say one size fits most.
Yeah, she's actually looked for big head witch hats.
I did. It's really, you can't find them. Maybe I need custom made
or witch hats for
big heads,
for large adult heads. Yeah, it's my wife can be a little crazy.
Well, you have a big baby head too. There you go.
Well, my head is bigger than yours.
The witch hat didn't fit him either.
No, it didn't. I tried it on.
I want to see what happened to my head.
Hey, didn't it make you feel better though when I tried to put that witch hat on? Just a little bit.
It did. It did.
So, but to help make my wife feel a little bit better, we finally went to a frozen yogurt place, which was actually pretty good.
We went to Sweet Frog.
Was it Sweet Frog? So if anyone who knows my wife knows the color palettes she enjoys in life in general, and that is pink,
Aqua, number one.
Yeah, Aqua's number one. Pink, and those are pretty much your two favorite colors.
Yeah.
Well, this place we went to had aqua, pink, and then like green walls with some white here or there. And she walks and she goes, "Oh my God, this place is amazing."
It is. It's so cute. It's like I don't know, like the Hello Kitty world. It's very Japanese.
Yeah.
It's very Japanese.
And we've never been to any like ice cream kind of place where you serve yourself, unless it's like you can eat buffet.
Oh, we didn't even know the rules of Sweet Frog.
So we walk in.
There's no one there.
And there's no one at the counter. And like one guy, he came over real quick and he's like, "Oh, I'll be back in a minute." And we're like, "Well, what do we do?" And all we see, it looks like a buffet kind of setup.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here like, what do we do? And then that's when we noticed this giant wall of frozen yogurt like dispenser things.
It was amazing. And you just looked in, there's tons of them and toppings and
they had
days.
Like,
for
apple
days.
pie, vanilla, pumpkin, cappuccino,
blueberry. I got cake batter. Cake batter.
All kinds
like
of
a cupcake.
different flavors. It's actually...
And it's adorable. Everything's adorable. Even they had Halloween decorations. They are adorable. Like, anime looking, you know how big eyes, big heads, little mouth smiles. It's the cutest place I've ever been to.
Yeah, and at first we're just sitting there like, what are we doing?
Is it free? What is it? What do you do?
And so once we happen to notice that we see the little cup things where you can get it, and I pulled one out, and that's when the guy came around from the corner that worked there, and I'm sitting there holding this cup, and I'm like, am I not supposed to be doing this? And so that's when I was like,
we've never been to Sweet Frog.
I straight up got really honest with the guy. I'm like, I've never been here before. Do we just take these things and grab what we want?
Sweet Frog virgins.
And the guy's like, oh yeah. You grab the cup there. You could fill it as much as you want, as long as it's not like dumping out, out of the thing completely. You can have as much as you can fit in the cup. And it was like, it was only like $2.50.
It's the bag sale of ice cream, frozen yogurt rather.
It's what?
The bag sale. Remember bag sales?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Fit as much in the bag as you can.
Yeah.
My dad and I shut down a couple places because could pack a lot in. But yeah, it's awesome. It's adorable. Check it out. It's healthier for you than ice cream, so
it
makes yourself feel better.
Yeah. I'm assuming it has to be a like a chain place.
Yeah, I think it's like a franchise, and then people can try to own them and.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like if you owned a business,
I want to own it. Yeah, and I would wear the frog costume, the big frog costume they have all the time.
Yeah, look up the Sweet Frog, frog.
Just look up Sweet Frog. They have pictures all over their website. There's two frogs. There's a boy frog and a girl frog. I would wear the girl frog outfit. That's pink.
But yeah, that was our little adventure for the.
I don't get out much. That was the best time ever.
Yeah, well, it's because you're always working. Actually, you're working on a game.
Yes, I am. I'm working on my illustration for a game.
Yes, yeah. My wife, she's an illustrator by degree, and she's very good at it.
Thank you.
Very, very good at it. Do you want to talk a little bit about the game, or do you want to wait?
Well,
I know it's going to be a while before it comes out.
Well, if anyone wants to check out, the game is called Alkemia. It's spelled Alkemia. Check it out on Facebook. There's also the website for it is www.kinsoulstudio. Definitely the Facebook page has a lot of stuff on it. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm doing it's a tabletop card game.
Yeah, basically it's a tabletop card game. You designed all the characters.
Oh, I didn't design the characters. I illustrated the characters.
Yeah, I mean, you illustrated. They gave you a basic
it's not my game
as to what. Okay.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I'll let you talk.
I want to say it's not my game. It was a game I was hired to do the illustrations on. It's created and designed by Kinsoul Studio. But yeah, definitely check out the Facebook page. There's actually a fan art competition going on. You can check out my character artwork, and if you feel inspired on it, definitely get some fan art in. Yeah, so there's going to be a special recognition when the game is actually produced for that. So definitely more to come with Alkemia news. I definitely want to get a lot more through the work of it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll probably do a show and see if we can get the creators on here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yep, more to come. And, of course, my website is www.amystronic.com. I have a lot of Alkemia art on there, so please check it out. Definitely email me. My contact information is on there. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see in the future.
Yeah, definitely check out my wife's website. If you guys if you start emailing her, telling her that she needs to do more Stro shows, I would be very, very grateful. No, I know, and also she just give her the support. She works hard on this stuff, and she is really an extremely talented artist.
Oh, thank you, honey.
But if you're interested in hiring her to do some art for you,
yes,
check out her website also. Or, if it's easier to remember my email, the retroavenue.com, you can, or the retroavenue@gmail.com. You can always try to get her through me, but it's better just to go right to her for that kind of stuff.
There you go.
But actually, we're just about out of time for this episode. We'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with the Alkemia game because I'm excited about it. I got to play it once. It's actually a lot of fun.
It's phenomenal. It's exciting. It's a great game. You guys are going to love it. I finally got to play it too. I love it.
Yeah, and I know that they're planning on. They've already been to a few different gaming shows.
Conventions. Yeah.
I'm trying to talk them to go into PAX. So that's one thing I go to every year.
So we'll definitely keep everyone updated as more stuff comes out, and definitely once we get closer to the release date of the game.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everyone for listening to this episode of the Stro Show.
Thank you.
I believe we're on episode 7.
Wow.
So right now we're just on YouTube. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.